What's up, weirdos? One last video before we call it a day. XPR, for some reason, deciding to go crazy. I'll take it. I'll take it. One of my top projects. Anyway, guys, let's have a look across the market. We got a new listing for ZBEC we're going to get into. Exciting stuff there. We got all kinds of stuff, guys. And listen, the pump is closer than you think that it is. And I'm going to show you once again, okay? Let's get into it here, guys. So, looking across the altcoin market, what do we have? What do you say? What do you know? Jasmy down 4.8 on the day, 8.4 on the week, up 17.7 on the month, and down 23.8 on the year. We are down one spot in rank to 99, $703 million market cap, and 29 million in volume. Swift coin down 2.7 on the day, 10.3 on the week. Pretty much even on the month, but up 269% on the year, down two spots in rank to 349, $102 million market cap, 837,000 in volume. We got to get that volume up, guys. We got to get that volume up. Onyx coin down 2.7 on the day, 13.5 on the week, 2.5 on the month, but up 1,038% on the year. We're down one spot in rank to 128, $475 million market cap, 17 million in volume. And of course, everything's red, so naturally ZBEC is going to be green. Up 4.5 on the day, 5.7 on the week, 103 on the month, and 551% on the year. We are up 5 spots in rank to 132, $464 million market cap, and 21 million in volume. Let's go have a look over at the Bitcoin chart. What's going on over there? We had another pretty decent close today. Closed right around 114,100. Our goal was to close above 113,800 or 500, and we did that. So we did that very nicely. We wicked back down to this blue line here, which is our support level at 113,500, which is where we wanted to close above. We did that. Can we wick back down below again, guys, and come back down around 112,500? Yes, we could. We could even retest 111,000, but I think, we could come down and confirm this kind of double bottom before we kind of lift off, right? It's entirely possible. I don't think we've quite bottomed yet, but we're pretty close. We might double bottom here and then take off. But either way, guys, patience is key, right? Patience is key. I'm going to continue to fill my bags. Because what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do, right? And listen, if you can't fill your bags right now, if you can't DCA, you don't have dry powder, some of the most successful investors in the world have spent extended periods of time not buying, not selling, just sitting on their bags. That's it, right? There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Don't feel pressure. Don't feel FOMO. Don't feel some kind of way because you don't have any dry powder. It happens. And listen, nobody buys every dip. Not me, not anybody, right? Nobody buys every single dip. That's an insane amount of money if someone did, right? So if you miss a dip here and there, don't beat yourself up about it, guys. Touch some grass, put your portfolio away. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But let's hope we hold above 113,500 for now. Let's hope we hold that level, right? Okay, let's go over into some ZBEC stuff, my friends. But first, as always, quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Not your keys, not your coins, guys. Simply use our link down in the description. They got a 2-for-1 deal on the biometric wallet right now, guys. Or you can get yourself the card wallet. Again, use our link down below. Keep your crypto safe. Keep it off exchanges. You can swap, take profits, and even stake right on your Decent wallet, and your staking crypto never leaves your custody. So check it out today, guys. Keep your crypto safe. All right, let's get into the ZBEC headlines, shall we? ZBEC, new listing for ZBEC on PointPay. Day 9 of listing fest brings ZBEC network to PointPay with the USDT pairing, my friends. Absolutely fantastic. More liquidity in, and I know a lot of people were hoping for Coinbase. It's coming, guys. It's coming, okay? And I'm going to show you something else that's very, very interesting in regards to that, because funny enough, I did a short on it earlier today. If you were unaware, for anyone who's hating on ZBEC saying Coinbase is not going to list it, FYI, it's clear you didn't do your research because Coinbase is actually an original investor in ZBEC and is a partner with ZBEC as well. So, yeah, it doesn't really hold water, the argument that Coinbase is not eventually going to list a project that they are financially invested in, that they have a vested interest in that project doing successful or being successful for their financial benefit, right? So yeah, the argument that Coinbase is not going to list it doesn't really hold any weight. I'm sorry, doesn't make sense, right? They are in fact partners with ZBEC. You love to see it, my friends. You love to see it. And this from my guy, Rule Black, my brother. He says, so he shared this out from the man himself, Sam. We should have metal cards soon. We are really working hard on making precious metal cards happen soon. That's going to be epic, man. I would love to have a precious metal card, ZBEC card. Oh, man. The black card? Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Absolutely. All right, guys, listen, we are closer than you think to everything taken off, okay? I know it doesn't feel like it, but I've said this 100 times. There's no warning signs. There's no buzzer that goes off and says, bzzz, altcoin season or, parabolic phase of the bull run, whatever, there's no warning. So this, the bull run has begun. It's going to come, guys, when you least expect it. You're just going to wake up and it's just going to be pumping, and you're going to be sitting there in the chat on the live stream going, hey, Rob, why is crypto pumping today? I don't understand. And I've been telling you it's coming. That's what she said. So here we go, guys. Total 2 in a bull flag, getting ready to break to the upside here as we continue along. This here was the previous bull flag. We had a beautiful break to the upside here into the next bull flag. The next breakout is on its way. Just got to be patient, guys. Just got to be patient. And if we flip that over to the Bitcoin dominance, what do we have? Exactly, bear flag. Drop down, bear flag, getting ready to collapse, guys. All signs point to liftoff. Soon, not yet, not today, but soon, which is why I'm continuing to fill my bags in preparation for what is coming. And I wanted to finish off with Tom Lee here, my friends, because this man is really, very successful, investor, very wise, very smart. It seems to be right a lot when it comes to crypto, guys. And he's definitely changed my perspective on Ethereum. He feels this is Ethereum's 2017 moment. Check it out.
So is Ethereum superior to that? Yeah. Well, I think Ethereum is having its 2017 moment now, because now is the time that Wall Street will take tokenization seriously, and it's taking place on Ethereum. So I do think it is the biggest macro trade for the next decade.
I just see so much risk, because when they made the trade-off to proof of stake, I
just want to pause for a second here and explain. She's a Bitcoin maxi, by the way. So you're going to hear her say some things that are not valid, trying to bash Ethereum, because, again, she's a Bitcoin maxi, right?
Introduced a lot of complexities, centralization risks. There have been issues in terms of more vectors for attack when they do bridges and the layer 2s. There are other protocols that do smart contracts. A lot of people are working on the functioning of that with Bitcoin, right, to enable smart contracts on Bitcoin. So how do you mitigate the risk in Ethereum that a lot of people see? I mean, the SEC could still classify it as a security.
Hear that? The SEC could still classify it as a security. That's a Bitcoin maxi spreading misinformation for you right there. Literally, the SEC, like yesterday or the day before, announced that altcoins are not securities, right? She knows that, but she's saying that the SEC could still label it a security because she's a Bitcoin maxi. Never fall for these little cues that Bitcoin maxis like to spread.
Yes, well, these risks that you describe seem like smaller risks compared to the fragility of the existing financial system, right? So let's say, what is the financial system's value in the US, in the real world today? Well, the GDP is 80 trillion, and the financial system is 80 trillion. And that runs on plumbing that, if you're raising risks, are far more fragile. We are using trust vectors that are, in some cases, arcane systems, transfer agents that, rubber stamp things. I mean, look at the level of fraudulent activity on a traditional financial system ledger. JP Morgan, who I think is leading in terms of security for its customers and trying to do fraud prevention, still about 7% of their activity is suspicious. So you can't prevent infiltration. So is Ethereum superior to that? Yeah. I mean, so if you're comparing it to Bitcoin, we're comparing the wrong analog, is my opinion.
So if you had to put all your money into one, though, over the next 10 years, would you choose Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Now, why are we making that a choice?
I'm just curious. If you could just only choose one.
Well, if I had to choose, because I'm chairman of BitMine, which is an Ethereum treasury, then I, of course, would choose Ethereum.
Bitcoin maxis, man. Listen, I love Bitcoin. You don't have to choose, guys. You don't have to say, I'm only going to buy Bitcoin. I'm only going to buy Ethereum. That's a small mind. That's a small way of thinking, right? If it's going to make me money, if it's going to be successful, I don't care. Ethereum's going to make me money. Bitcoin's going to make me money. So I'm going to buy both of them. Plain and simple, right? But yeah, very, very bullish, guys. Changes my perspective. Ethereum is definitely changing the game here in terms of adoption, and you're having hedge funds and you're having institutions, and it's escalating. I do have a video coming out over on the Patreon with more of a deeper dive explanation into where I think the future of Ethereum is heading. So you're not going to want to miss that, guys. That is exclusively over on the Patreon. We do exclusive content over there. You're not going to want to miss it, guys. And speaking of which, if you're new to crypto and you've never been through a bull run before, there is no shame in having your hand held by a community of people who've been through multiple bull runs, who can help guide you through this space and make sure you're getting out of it with your profits intact before everybody else does. That's the point. Make no mistake about it, guys. You are in a race. It is player versus player out there. It's community versus community at the end of the day. And what you're looking at is a whole bunch of other people that are looking to get out of crypto before you. And if they do, your bags are going to drop and theirs are going to when they sell, right? So don't be left behind, guys. Don't be part of the 90%. One of the most common comments I get from people who join our community over on the Patreon is that they joined the Patreon because in the 2021 cycle, they tried to navigate it by themselves with no experience and no education, and they ended up getting wrecked. They ended up holding too long because they believed other YouTubers telling them super cycles and all kinds of crazy stuff, and they ended up being bag holders for 4 more years. Guys, that's what happens when you think you know what you're doing in an asset class that is so heavily manipulated. Don't be left behind. Join the community today, guys. We're live every day. We drop educational content, microcap gems, swing trade opportunities. We're there to give you the tools to succeed in this space. And the beautiful part about it is, guys, it's less than a cup of coffee a day, right? All these other channels are charging you up from $100 a month to $1,000 a month. I just want you to buy me a cup of coffee, guys. Check it out today. The link is down in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.